Hi, I'm Carcino.
Oh, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
No one knows Carcino and none of these.
There's so much going on in the world, and I'm just giving my 2 cents on it. Go in and do a raid at someone's house, but you don't have an arrest warrant for them. Hey, wagga, wagga, wagga. Now, don't forget to hit the like button, good people. We're going to get into this and see if we can tackle this from a smarter position. Because a lot of things and a lot of activities that you saw transpire was not smart at all. And the same thing that happened with T.I. also happened to me. And many Black people, many people probably in general, has sustained the same type of disadvantages and shocking behaviors of mistaken identity. That's what happened in your boy Tip. Absolutely. Tip was minding his own business, and he was at an Atlanta airport at the Hartsfield Jackson Airport Sunday night, and he was detained. They put the handcuffs on him, said they had a warrant for his arrest, and it was another man named Clifford Harris. You know, that's T.I.'s real government name, in case you didn't know. And this Tip Harris was wanted in Baltimore County, Maryland. So suspect Harris is wanted for allegedly violent behavior towards a woman and stalking, possibly with a firearm. So T.I. was transferred to Fulton County Jail, and that arrest triggered an automatic extradition hearing as a warrant was issued out by the state. So T.I.'s attorney, who was Steve Sato, he told everybody in the news so that they would put it out there that, it just won't be T.I. getting arrested, that it was misidentification. So right away, Fulton County Sheriff's Office had T.I. there for about 2 hours, and they let him go. He was never extradited, and it's a case of mistaken identity. Now, people wanted to get more information about this, but his reputation was hurt going back to those cases what he had with him and his wife, and saying this happened back in 2005, but Tiny's friend or whatever used to be friends with them turned on them, said they forced her to do all kind of stuff. So his reputation has been tainted since that lawsuit that was filed. And even though they went to court and they fought it, and ultimately no charges was brought against T.I. and Tiny in that incident, and they had fallen out of, plus it had fallen outside of the 10-year statute of limitation. So it's been horrific for them. So for 3 years, they had to battle that lawsuit and the bad smearing campaign of them and why they were in those situations and doing the things that they were doing. That made them look bad. So when this came out, that's why they want to make sure for brand opportunities and things of that nature, it don't hurt them in the future. So they want to make sure they clear the air right away and say, hey, this here is a mistaken identity arrest. Okay, they're not looking for Tip. He's not doing a crime. So when y'all put the headlines up, make sure y'all let people know. Mistaken identity. Exactly. So that's what he's doing. So it's countless times that they're saying, That's just strange. It would be strange if this doesn't happen all the way around America. This happened to me. What happened to T.I. happened to me years ago. I'm sitting right there, right? I'm sitting there going, like, I can't believe it. I'm sitting there going, what's going on here? I'm getting pulled over. I'm thinking because I got a sticker suspended or something's going on. So they pulled me over and they said, okay, well, we saw that this sticker, whatever, probably needs to be redone. So it was like, all right, cool, whatever. I get pulled over. I've already told the story plenty of times, dumb. Now, here's the thing is that when I get pulled over and they ask me for my ID, they run my name and says, have you ever been to California? And I'm like, yeah, I have. We used to be in San Diego. It wasn't the city in California they was talking about, but now since I said I've been in Florida, they was like, have you been? I mean, California, they like, have you been in California in the last 8 months? And I'm like, no, I don't think not 8 months. I don't think so. They were like, well, I don't know. Looks like we got a warrant out for you. We got to take you in. I'm like, for me? So right away, I'm thinking, it was like Virginia. I'm like, I've never been to Virginia, like at that time in my life. And I'm like, no, this was the Arlington Heights Police Department in Arlington Heights, Illinois. And I'm like, what in the I've never had, I don't have any business in Virginia. They were like, well, the crime happened in California. You went in a bar and got in a fight with some guys, and you had a court appearance, and you had a warrant out for you in Virginia. And I'm like, nope. Wrong guy. You got the wrong man. So I kept telling them, you have the wrong man. What is the person's name? Are you sure? They was like, well, you kind of meet the bill, the shape and build of them. I'm like, why? I'm black? He'd be like, is he black? Yeah, check. All right, let's go. So the person name happens to be Kevin Davis, right? That's not my full government name. So the other person's name is just Kevin Davis. They call me Kevin Davis for short, but that's not my full government name. They know this. They're looking at my ID. I have my ID, my social, my firearms license, everything's on me. So I'm like, what is the problem here? What is the real problem here? Because I'm confused now. Now I'm like, okay, you have all the evidence. I know I can prove I'm not there because at that time I had a job. I don't miss work. So you tell me what day it is. If I wasn't out of town, I guarantee you I was at work. So they take me to the station. So I'm thinking in my mind, somebody did something. One of my boys must have did something out of town and used my name. So that's what I'm thinking, like, who the hell did something out of town and dropped my name? That's the only thing going through my head. So I'm not even blaming the cops. I'm blaming somebody did something stupid and would use my name. And in my brain, I'm just going about the names of the people who would be so dumb that would do something like that. And would use my name like I'm going to back that up. And they ain't talk to me. So I'm like not finna back it at all. I don't know what they done did. So I'm just like, these fools, man, when I get out of here, I got some calls to make because I'm finna cut some people out. So I'm mad at them. I ain't even mad at the cops yet. So the cops bring my car in and then they go, you told me you don't smoke. That's a lie. I'm like, why? Look what we found We're going to take it to the lab. The lab. They have, I'm like, why is there ash in your ashtray? I'm like, my grandfather, rest in peace, he was alive at this time. He drives my car. He's the only smoker in the house. He sometimes he smokes those Have a Tampa Sweet cigars and he puts them in there. I don't smoke. I'm trying, like, trust me. Now I'm thinking y'all just searching for stuff. So they went in there and they found the little tip of the thing, the wood tip from the Have a Tampa Sweet cigar, and it was like all the way smoked down. And they were like, we're going to take it to the lab and examine it to see what it really is. I'm like, good, waste your equipment. I told you what it was. Matter of fact, you can just go to the store, grab a pack of Have a Tampa Sweet cigars and compare the tips and go ahead and do your job. But knock yourself out. You at work. Y'all ain't got nothing to do here, so go ahead. So they examining Black and Mild ashes. They got me sitting in there. This homeless dude, I guess, he in the drunk tank. He in there, sleep, laid out on the thing. And then they was like, well, you got a warrant in Virginia, and we might have to ship you out. Just like T.I. situation. It's an extradition. They got to extradite you all the way to wherever city or state the crime is, or whatever they got the warrant from. Whoever issued the warrant, they got to extradite you there. So that's what happened to Tip. They were finna pack him up and extradite him on over to Baltimore, Maryland. Now, he wouldn't have liked that at all. But they were gonna extradite me all the way there. And that was gonna be a problem. Yeah, that arrest triggers an automatic extradition. But because it was so late, like it was around 2, 3 in the morning this was happening. So this is 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning. There's no way they could bust me until like the next day in the morning, everything else. So I'm sitting there. I got to sit there for hours. So as I'm sitting there for hours, and I'm like, dude, I'm going to tell you right now, if y'all extradite me and I get on a bus and I got to go to Virginia, everybody's in here losing a job. I'm telling you right now, if y'all extradite me, when I've shown you my social, I've shown you everything, that I'm not that guy. I'm who I say I am. And that's not me. So you're going to go off that. So I'm like, is there a mugshot? Oh, they don't have a mugshot yet. It's a rinky-dink town in Virginia, this police station. It's like a small town in Virginia. And they use the regular fingerprint. They ain't up to date. Stuff coming in on the fax. It was, and they had this from the beginning, but they was like, it's too dark. I can't really tell. This could be him. This dude is blacker than Kwame Brown. This dude is about like a linebacker size. 4 times my size. This dude about like at least 300, neck like Mike Tyson. Big dude, and it was the craziest thing ever. They never showed me, and they just kept me in there lying. And I'm like, okay, we gonna see at the end of this how this gonna play out for y'all. Because I told you, if I get on that bus, y'all in trouble. And the guy was like, yeah, we got him. The guy's thinking like, yeah, it's him. I'm like, okay. They came up next day, that morning, the captain and everybody showed back up. They told him what is going on. They think they got a bus. They like, yeah, Cap, well, guess what we got? We got a guy with a warrant. Yeah, we got Next thing you know, they came to that, they went and looked at all the information. They were able to call the police station. That police station closed down at night. They ain't got nobody really there. What police station closed down? They gotta wait till the morning. That's how small that town was. Then they called and checked it out. And this is how I figure out where the mistake took place. They actually, it wasn't just my name. They, at that rinky-dink police station, messed up and put my FBI number. And everybody has an FBI number. If you've ever been detained, if you've ever been arrested, anything, you have an FBI number. I figured that out that day. And my FBI number was put on his account because they made the mistake in Virginia. Putting it in, and they put it in there and had me a damn fugitive. So Arlington Heights was scared to death. They found the error quick when they said they got the information back, and the captain was like, "That's not him. You guys got the wrong guy. This is his social. This is this guy's information." They entered but it's got his FBI number. It's wrong. The captain knew right away, like, this is a mess. And now we're tied into this with Virginia. Is he still here? You didn't send him to Virginia, did he? Like, the captain knew right away, we finna get sued. Stop. All this, stop. Whatever this is, stop it. Now. Get this guy out of here. They came in there. It was a whole new day. Oh, hey, yeah, we got all your stuff. Yeah, you're good to go, man. Yeah, it's the wrong guy. I'm like, yeah, same thing I told you, right? Oh, yeah, man. It was. Yeah, I just want you to know, this is not our fault. It's Virginia. Yeah, you need to talk to Virginia. They made this mistake. I'm like, yeah, they made a mistake, all right. What's your captain's name again? And the captain came over there himself. Hey, I just want to let you know, I got here and I got right on it. As soon as I got here, I cleared everything up. And he was like, it's taken care of. Everything is taken care of. But your car is in impound. You're going to have to pay to get that. The guy was like, yeah, his car's in impound. He's going to have to pay to get that out, whatever little fee. Because, we don't deal with impound. That's their whole thing. We don't deal with them. We don't have our own impound here. So that's in the tow yard. I said, you bring me in for mistaken identity and lock my car, send my car to an impound place? And you want me to pay to get it out? And the captain said, oh, no, we got that. That's going to be on us. No way. Who said that? Like, you said that to him? No. He misspoke. I was trying to get that cleared. I'm like, you want me to go pay to get my car out of impound after you falsely detained me? I want to make sure we got that on the record, because when I go there to get that car, I'm driving straight to the lawyer's office. Man, I got out of there so quick, got my lawyer on the phone, like, we got one. Oh, we got one. Yeah, I'm like, we got one, baby. And he was like, went through the whole thing and said, we couldn't sue. And here's why we couldn't sue. Because I didn't get extradited. Had I got extradited, I would have been able to sue. Now, here's the thing why. Because Virginia made the mistake. The lawsuit would have had to been filed there. Now, Arlington Heights was right. They did their job because it shows up on the computer that it was a warrant. And the fact that it wasn't by name, it was by FBI number. So that took me down. They would have to do their job. So it was presented to them, so we couldn't sue them. And they didn't charge me with anything. So I couldn't sue, and I wasn't extradited. Had I been extradited, then I could have went through emotional distress, all of that, and Virginia would have had to pay. So my lawyer was like, we can't sue. There's nothing in this. You can't, because nothing happened really. And so they had the legal right to do what they did in Arlington Heights. So because they made the mistake. He said, I could try to squeeze Virginia, but we're not going to be able to do anything because Virginia never gotten involved. They'll just fix the error in their system, but they never gotten involved. Well, that's the thing. I was just detained for a few hours. I wasn't thrown in jail. I was detained. Like, I didn't go to county or anything like that. Now, that's different. Then I could be able to sue. I could be able to sue Virginia for that. So if I was extradited, that would have happened. And that was going to happen to T.I., but he got a great lawyer. Plus, he's T.I. He got a great entertainment lawyer. He called that Fulton County Jail and said, let him out now. You got the wrong guy. So it just looks bad on them. But when I told you, this is not just about me. It's not about T.I. This happens all over the world. And here's living proof of it right here.
Now 20
going to give his kids breakfast. Right? He was going to get them some breakfast, some eggs. He was going back there and he got his kids at the house. He was going to the store to go get some. He ain't even wearing shoes.
Okay, well, what's your information? That's it. That's all.
Damn, I'm finna go get some for my baby, something to eat.
Okay, hey, if you're good, sir, you're good.
Body camera video shows officers look over his driver's license and mistake his name for a wanted DV suspect.
Yeah.
According to a lawsuit filed by Hayes, his first name is spelled Silvester. He argues investigators were searching for another Sylvester Hayes, one who spells his first name Sylvester.
And that's the way it's supposed to be spelled, with the Y. His name is spelled oddly. But there's other ways and other identification you had. Like me, I had 3 forms of identification proving who I was. So, but again, they were going by FBI number. Here, they just going by name. And they're going to find out and know it's the wrong person.
Come on, step up with me. I'll explain it to you.
I didn't give you permission to do that.
I know. Step out. I'll explain everything.
No, sir. Tell me why.
I'll explain.
No, I didn't give you permission. I didn't give you permission to.
Right now, you are being detained. Come on and step out.
Hey, yeah, that's right.
Come on and step out. Come on.
No, you kind of my people. Come on.
Come on and step out. Come on and step out. You're gonna get tased. Come on and step out. Come on and step out, bro. Come on and step out. Come on and step out. Come on and step out.
Bro.
First of all, this man here is being extra. He's being extra confrontational over the situation. Because he's first saying, look, man, I ain't giving you my permission to do nothing. My man smoking look like a blunt right in front of the car. This is the most, hey, this is the most, I don't care. He in a real chilled environment.
Step
What
out.
are y'all? Man, hold on, bro.
Come on and step out.
Body camera video shows the moment first responders realized Hayes is armed with a gun. They later determined the weapon was legally registered in his name.
What are y'all? Come on and step
Y'all
out.
pulling on me for what?
Come on. Hold on. Y'all, I didn't give y'all permission. I didn't give y'all permission.
Bro, I ain't about to do this. Bro, this is my gun. Bro, this is my
Things
Let me explain something to you guys now. Let me explain something to you now. This guy's making a lot of mistakes in this car. If you in Dallas, you should know better. One, you got a gun on you, and they telling you being detained, and you got a gun on you. You let them know. Say, hey, I have a legal firearm on me. Here are my hands. At all times, I only got two. I have a legal firearm on me. I'm just letting you know. It's legal. I ain't going, my hands is right here. You need me to step out the car? Cool. You want to de-escalate a situation. You're going to make it worse because they think you're trying to hide something. They already think you're another guy. You're making the situation go longer, and you're making them think you're more of a threat. Now you're armed. They just know you got a gun. That's it now. Now we got to take you down. Yes, I know Texas gun laws. So once you're armed, you tell you inform the police officers, hey, I'm armed. I am armed.
Then become violent as officers attempt to take Hayes into custody.
Bro, what the
Stop resisting. Stop.
All right.
Stop resisting. Stop resisting.
Stop on my neck. You got some foot on my neck. Bro. I got some foot on my neck, bro. What the y'all doing, bro?
Stop. Stop.
What happened? Bro,
Right?
what am I being detained for, man?
Stop.
What am I being detained for?
If you let us tell you, we'll tell you, shut up.
Right now. What am I being detained for, man? Y'all don't even know y'all right now, bro. Bro, what are y'all, bro? Bro, help! Help!
This panicking only makes it worse. It makes it worse for you, and it makes it worse for them. You screaming help, help, help is not nothing somebody could do but record it for you. You already, they own body cam. All of this could have been done a lot better had he not been so confrontational. This is what we mean by being extra with the police. You got a gun on you, even though it's legal. They don't know that. They don't know anything about you. They know they're looking for somebody with your name. Don't give them a reason.
No. No, my friends, bro. Y'all hurting me. Y'all hurting me, man. Y'all hurting me. What do you want to do? Y'all hurting me. Y'all hurting me. Y'all hurting me, man.
This is sad to see.
No, I'm not, man. Bro, look at y'all. Bro, what are y'all doing? Bro. Help! 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 They hurting me. They hurting me.
As this continues, Hayes can be heard screaming while officers push him into the side of a car.
Delta 772. If the other 70s aren't marked out with us, 7-3, put them out with us. Put 84 out with us as well. And start us some record, please.
No felony. Get in the car. Bro, help.
Stop. Get in there.
Well, y'all hurting me.
Get in there.
Officers then call for leg restraints to hold Hayes back.
Help me! Help! Somebody help me!
Stop. Stop.
Leg restraint.
You got
Y'all hurting me.
No, we're not.
You hurting yourself. What are y'all doing?
You're hurting yourself.
Hey, while he's down, search him.
Exactly. He is hurting himself. Exactly what they're saying. You're hurting yourself. But there's a lot of mistaken identities. And this is why it didn't even have to come to this case. I've had numerous of incidents like this with the cops. But I de-escalated it. I had my car was reported stolen. Somebody entered the wrong license plate number. When I had my Durango, somebody in Chicago was putting the numbers in, hit the wrong number on the plate, had my license plate coming back as stolen. So I'm at the gas station getting gas. Some cop just for some reason decided to run my plate because he ain't got nothing to do. I'm out here in the burbs, North Burbs, so you know what that's like. They bored. All they get is tickets all day. As soon as they get a hit stolen car, it was police departments from other towns coming over. It was like so many. It was so unnecessary. It was like blocking all the exits. Can't nobody get out. And they looking at me. I'm like, I got everybody looking like I'm a criminal. The white guy came out the store like, I just spoke to that guy. He seemed like he was all right. Oh my God, you never can tell with these guys. I'm like, what is this? They was like, your car is stolen. It comes back as stolen. I'm like, this is my car. My registration's there. Here's my ID. They must made a mistake. And sure enough, I didn't get arrested right then and there because I was calm. Kept my hands in the air. Gave them the information. Said, here's my insurance. There's my registration. Here's my license. It's all mine. I'm the license owner of this vehicle. Someone made a mistake. No, did not come up. So I had to go all the way to the city of Chicago. And you know what they said for all the trouble I went through? Oh, okay, we'll fix it. All right. Yeah, okay. Yeah, sorry about that. I'm like, I had to drive all the way back to the city for this because I was going to get pulled over again. Not to mention the humiliation that I went through outside there with the whole squad cars pulling up, and I was allowed to drive off. See, that's how you de-escalate a situation. In case you don't know, there's a person whose name is almost identical to mine. His initials is LJD, just like mine. We were born on the same day, in the same state, different counties. And his name and my name, both of our last names are Davis. And his initials is LJD. Mine is an LJD. We were born. I think I'm probably a couple of hours older than him. Same year, same day. Every time my number, he do something, it pops up on my name. And they will pull me over. I could be a cop. I know their entire system. They used a sound dex. And what the sound dex does is when it type in your name, it put up other possible names you could be. So unfortunately for me, this guy was 6'1", I'm 5'11", but he was like 160 pounds. So he was like Snoop Dogg. He was super skinny. I never even met him, but I know his social. I know his driver's license number. I know all of these things about him. And do you know why I know so much about him? It's because our numbers are so close. They keep thinking I'm him. So if they keep thinking I'm him, imagine what's happening with him. And of course, he ain't living by the law. He got suspended license and everything. I was getting pulled over. I had to go to the Secretary of State and take the J out of my name. My own middle name is nowhere on my license. That was the only way they could stop it. Because they've never seen something like that was that close. Our social security numbers are separated by one number. Our driver's license separated by one number. Yeah, that's crazy. It's crazy when they ain't living on the up and up. So imagine me having to go through my life like this. I was on my way on a date. We was on our way to the movies. I'm finna come pick her up. I get pulled over on the expressway by the states. They handcuffing me, throwing me in the backseat. I was pissed. And then they checked. They was like, he's right. Everything is here. I'm like, man, if you don't get these cuffs off me, man, I'm mad as hell. Like, this dude ain't listening to a word I said. I'm like, dude, I can tell you everything about that other guy's information. It's not the same number. The guy is, I'm looking right at it. It's the same number. I'm like, read it off one by one. And then he started reading it off. There. Now, exactly. That's not the same number. Oh, he's right. Let me see if that number's in here. Oh. Well, they almost look the same. They look the same. It's one number different, so it's not the same. It's another individual. Now get these cuffs off me. And I was like, look, it runs on a sound dex. I gave you the right number, which was my number that you got on the ID. Then his number pop up. You see that, you clicked on that and thought it's the same thing. And you just missed the number. This has happened before on the sound dex. The guy was like, yeah, I believe him. He knows our system. No, the whole system you use. So you know how many times I went through this? I was pulled over and detained 20-something times in 1 month of April. 20-something times in the month of April. What's up, Skilla? 20-something times. I had to take the middle initial out. I had to go to Secretary of State and get that taken care of. That's the only way they could do it. They had to take my middle initial out my name. So I don't even use my middle name no more. Now, let's go back to this guy really blowing it.
Bro, I don't have
a gun in his pocket.
Yeah, bro, I don't have anything, bro.
On the floorboard of the
He made this a situation that it didn't have to be. They were already in the wrong by going off his name alone and not going off his ID. But by him having a gun on him, he's smoking. I ain't give you no right to do none of it. He went Dallas, man. You should know better, period. He could have been tased, everything. He's screaming for help. The whole nine.
Bro, I don't. That is my gun. It is not my name. Bro, you are pressing my precious pocket.
Stop!
Bro,
You're getting this because you're acting this way.
Bro,
This is 100%, and I'm not your okay?
bro, y'all
This
hurting
is
me,
you
bro.
acting
You
this way.
touching my body weight, man. Bro,
Stop!
oh, you a pressing.
I know.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, because you're acting stupid.
Y'all don't even understand. Y'all in big trouble.
Go for it. I don't care.
Y'all in big trouble.
You are under arrest.
Oh, y'all in big trouble.
You guys, are you good?
Y'all in big trouble.
Get him up. You good?
Y'all are in big trouble.
Ready? 1, 2, 3, up.
Y'all are in big trouble, man.
Haven't seen him.
Y'all are in big. I can't even get up, man. My what? Damn, you a black man? You gonna let them do this? You gonna let them do it? Damn, man. You see how they do it? You see how they? Ah.
You back.
Now he's mad at the black cop. He's like, you see how they doing me? You gonna let them do this to me, brother? Dude, you had a gun. They got to check it out, even though the gun is registered to them. We know that now. They don't at this point. You ain't told them you had a gun. He did so much stuff that could have cost him his life in one video. If everybody black watching this is not how you talk to the police from the start to the end. Yeah, the gun is legal, but they don't know that yet. They found out they had a gun when they were trying to get him out the car. There's a warrant for the name they got. He could have de-escalated this and still sued and didn't have to get his knees and everything scraped up and he's screaming and hollering and yelling. That's not going to do anything for you. Remain calm. Don't give nobody a reason to do anything extra.
Scoot back. Watch your foot. Watch your feet. What the fuck?
With multiple officers responding to this scene, these same moments were caught on several.
All right. Right now. Bro, all right, let me in the car. I get in the car. I get in the car. Hold on. I'm telling you, I get in the car. I'm telling you right now, I get in the car. Listen. Bro, no. I'm going to let you. But you're hurting me. You're hurting me. Bro, let me out. Bro. I need to stop. Stop. Bro, look at me. Stop. Bro, look at you hurting me, man. You're the one acting. Bro, y'all in big trouble, bro. Y'all don't even understand. Y'all in big trouble. Bro, that is my gun. It is in my name. Bro, you're pressing my pressure points. Stop. Bro. You're getting this because you're acting this way. This is 100%, and I'm not your.
Eventually, video shows officers lifting Hayes onto his feet.
Y'all are in big trouble.
All right, let's get him up.
All right, y'all are in big trouble. Let's go.
Ready? 1, 2, 3, up.
Y'all are in big trouble, man.
Have a seat in the
Y'all
car.
are in big, I can't even get up, man.
Get up.
Get the
Stop getting back.
You a black man, you're gonna
Get a seat.
you gonna let them do me something?
Have a seat.
So you got it, do me something. You got it.
It's already Lucy got it. He gonna run it.
Wrong weapon, bro.
Echo 73, Echo 733, Kilo 50 RT, Delta 773.
Camera.
Another officer's recording shows the same moments.
Trouble.
All right, let's get him up.
All right.
Leg restraints are off. Ready? 1, 2, 3, up.
Y'all are in big trouble, man. Y'all are in big, I can't even get up, man. My fucking head.
Stop being a baby and get the ball.
Damn, you a black man. You gonna let them do this shit? You gonna let them do me something? Damn, fam. Do you see how they doing me? Do you see how they? Ah.
Scoot back. Scoot back. On your feet. You got the gun?
Yeah,
it's in the
And his
Goes
boy's
in
right
his right
pocket.
pocket.
And he kept going
Now,
like
that's
that,
the
too.
sound decks machine. That's called a sound decks. That little computer they got in the car, that's called the sound decks. Now, when you type the name in, it's going to bring up your information and it'll bring up any other possibles that it could be. And this is where this mistaken identity crap come from. Because they'll say, oh, this person could be this person.
He kept reaching.
No, I did not.
Next, Hayes yells to the officers, saying the weapon is his.
That's my weapon, bro. Come on, you a black man. Look how they doing me. I got 4 kids, man.
Now, all of this extra yelling and all this, you screaming for no reason. All of this is just wild for no reason. It don't even make sense. I mean, what the black cop supposed to do? I would tell him the same thing. I'd be like, man, calm down. Let him straighten this out. Calm down. It's escalating because of you. Stop acting like a help! 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 We go. What are you doing? What are you really trying to accomplish? You're gonna get yourself knocked over. That ain't helping no situation there. That's not what you do. If you black and you watching this, the way this went down, even though this brother's in the right, you don't handle it like this. This is a way to get you knocked. He is lucky to be alive. Panicking helps nobody. You make them feel antsy, and you putting yourself in more danger, panicking.
I got 4 kids at the house, man.
Weston 380. Serial number is going to be November Juliet Whiskey 8843.
That is my weapon. This is my name. That's my weapon. This is my name. Bro, y'all doing this for no reason, man. I gotta go get something to eat for my kids, bro.
Okay.
I gotta go get something to eat for my kids, and that's how they do me. Yo.
Video captures Hayes discussing the situation with an officer who arrived late on the scene. The officer mentions the other Sylvester Hayes, confirming there's a warrant out for his arrest.
I came in late for everything.
And they handled me so rough, sir. I complied. I said, what am I being stuck for? I didn't give nobody no attitude or anything, sir. I got 4 kids that's waiting on me right now.
Oh, yes, you did give them attitude. You came in there high and mighty. I ain't give you permission for nothing. While you smoking and everything, they said, can you step out? You being detained right now. Had he just stepped out of the car, let them go ahead and do what they had to do calmly, none of that would have been happening. They wouldn't have had to call 4-5 squad cars, and you gonna get the wrong cop to show up and who want to take somebody down. You gonna escalate this to a situation it doesn't need to be.
I'm hungry. I'm hungry. I'm trying to go feed them, man.
Okay.
And that's it. I don't know. Like they say, I failed the signal at the stop sign.
The stop sign? Okay.
I mean, I was wrong for that. Yes.
So that was the reason for contact for the stop. Okay.
Yes, I understand that. And I was gonna tell them, like, what am I being detained for? I don't have any warrants. My name is. I have warrants maybe for speeding or something like that. But
what is your name?
Not for family violence or anything.
What is your name?
Sylvester Hayes.
Sylvester Hayes.
A name of a champion. And they doing this because they, bro, I don't know if it's because my skin is.
It has nothing to do with the skin.
Look how they handled me, sir. I didn't do anything to deserve
there was a gun, right?
But I wasn't pulling. I told him I had a weapon. I told him this.
Okay.
I told him this. This is my name.
Okay.
If they run it, it's going to say Sylvester Hayes.
Okay. Mr. Hayes. So, and I don't know all the story, but there is another Sylvester Hayes, right? So give me a second, right? And that Sylvester Hayes does have a warrant.
Then maybe that's. Okay. I'm the third, man.
Okay, so your last name is Hayes.
Hayes. Sylvester Hayes was third. SILVESTER.
Okay, and then your date of birth.
February 23rd, 1996. Okay. And I'm the third.
Wait a second. We can handle all this, but when guns or stuff like that are in play,
I didn't pull anything. Sir.
No. I never said you did, right?
With everything, come on, man. With everything that's going on now, why would I pull the gun, man? I ain't trying to be another. Man, come on, man. I don't have to say it. I don't have to say it, man.
Hayes again tells the officer he has children at home, saying he's fighting for his life and that he did nothing wrong.
I'm fighting for my life, man. I got 4 babies at the house, man. What if happened and they would have? Come on, man.
I understand.
For nothing, though.
So here,
nothing. My car's up today. I'm paying on it. Like I got a good job. I work security. Like I'm trying to be one of y'all, but like, come on, man. This how y'all do. This how y'all do me. I'm working to be y'all, bro.
I didn't do anything.
My name is Sting, man. Besides speeding tickets, man.
Right. I understand. And like what I said, I do apologize. Like if you feel like they roughed you up or whatever, I do apologize. But anytime that there's a gun involved and like traffic stop, like, hey, so give us a second. We're gonna have these dudes check you out. Give me a second.
So what did it say about the gun, sir? When y'all ran the serial number, what did it say?
When I ran it and you saw me run it, it came back clear. It's not stolen.
None of that, right?
Right.
So damn, can I like? And they don't even know my aunties though. They in big trouble, man.
Why?
They in big trouble. They don't even know. Like I look like this, but I got a family that's behind me, man.
I understand.
I got a family that's behind me. I'm a smart ass. I'm much smarter. I'm an intelligent black man, man.
I understand.
Come on, I just look like this, man. Looks have nothing to
But
do
I'm
with
just saying how they rough me up, how they handle me like this, like I'm some. I didn't come at them disrespectful. I didn't like, hey, you bitch the fool.
Yeah, because we pulled up and everybody was fighting, and we just want to just end it
Exactly. It was because of them. I didn't say anything, man. I was complaining. If they had their radio on, I was complaining, man. If they had their camera on, I was complaining.
Y'all, you want to
Like, this, it shouldn't have to be all this, man.
I got you.
You
Are
ain't
you the team? Or like, what are you the
Me?
Yeah.
So I'm part of this team. So this is all my team. Like all these dudes are my teammates.
Come on, man. You need a better team, man. You need a better team, man.
And that's why I'd rather talk to everybody. Good, right, wrong, indifferent. I'll talk to everybody.
You, man. At least you trying to like you. They didn't even try to hear me, man.
Okay. No, I'm just putting my hand up here.
Huh?
I'm just putting my hand up here.
Oh, okay, man. I'm like,
So they'll check you out, and like what I said, let me figure out what's going on here, and I'll talk to you. Okay.
all right.
Give me a second.
Meanwhile, more officers search Hayes' car.
Got another magazine.
Soon, a Dallas police sergeant arrives on the scene. The original 2 officers who pulled Hayes over explain what happened.
We were sitting at the church and we were just gonna start doing traffic. She's running plates.
Okay.
I'm like, hey, run that Hyundai. So she runs it and she was like, oh, let's look at the registered owner or whatever. So she does. She goes to AIS and it's a cross-reference and it pops up red. So she's like, okay. She kind of looks at it, but by that time we had already lost them. He had already gone into like the Family Dollar parking lot or whatever, the Family Dollar parking lot. So then as she's searching, she finds out that the name that she put on there, whatever was on AIS, had continuous family violence, warrant. So then we get behind him up here because we see the car moving on Illinois. So we catch up to it and we get up here to Southern Oaks. And he fails to signal within 100 feet from the stop sign here at Southern Oaks and Overton. And as soon as he came up here, we obviously pulled him over.
So you got the reason for contact.
Yeah. So I pulled up to the car and I'm like, hey, man, look, you got pulled over for this, this, and this. And he was like, well, that's not fair because you were watching me from the other side. I was like, yeah, we were on the other side of the light. Well, you were across it. So obviously, you know what I mean? Yeah. So then I was just like, you have your ID with you. And so he gives it to me. And obviously I handed it over to her and she was like, Sylvester Hayes, like that's the name that was under warrant. But
so you got a good warrant.
Well, there's I guess a lot
He
of
does have tickets.
he does have the tickets. So when I'm like, hey, bro, so in order for us to be able to like fully investigate, like, because he was already acting weird, so I'm like, hey, bro, like,
He was already giving him trouble. Like,
I'm like, can you just step out of the car for us? Like, let's go to the back of the car. And at that point, he was like, for what? For what? And I'm like, bro, come on, man. And so that's whenever Reggie pulled up, and we tried to get him out of the car, and the fight was on.
Okay.
And then I was like, bro, come on.
So you got jail traffic, resisting arrest, right?
Yeah, we have failed to signal 100 feet, and then he has tickets. He had a gun in his pocket because he kept going like
that's
this.
why he was acting so crazy.
Okay,
Because he had a pistol in his freaking pocket. So, and at that point, whenever we were trying to get him out of the car, Whitman was on the other side. He was like, gun, right pocket, gun. And
yeah. Okay.
So,
is he a felon?
he has not been convicted. Or no felon?
No felon.
We have UCW
Okay.
Resisting.
Resisting? Okay. Resisting because...
Well, I don't know if we were going to be able to put the resistant because you can't resist detention. You can get him out of the car, but I mean, if the fight is on,
So hold on. So who was on the driver's side?
I was.
So he was listening to your commands at the time, right?
No, he was not. As soon as I had to open the door when I was like, hey, come on, let's step
Because
out.
Whitman saw the gun.
Well,
Safety at this point, right?
he saw the gun while we were trying to get him out of the car.
So you got, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
So when he was sitting down and we were like me, Reggie, and who else was next to me, we're trying to pull him out of the car.
Okay.
That's whenever Whitman was trying to push him out. He was like, gun, right pocket, gun, right pocket.
Okay.
So.
But based on your investigation, you have probable cause to stop him because y'all looked at his name and his picture earlier and could identify him?
We couldn't see it in the car. So that's the thing.
We have a traffic violation.
You got
We have the traffic violation. Yeah.
Because of reason for contact.
Yeah, so I wasn't going to be like, oh, it's an investigative stop and then it turns into shit. Like, no. So we were going to get it.
So when the pistol come back, double check with the jail sergeant on the UCW charge.
Okay.
All right. Just to make sure, because, we got new laws now.
Yeah.
Right? So if he's not a felon, but not convicted of one, that's different. Any drugs in the car?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Okay. Y'all just searched the car.
Yeah, they haven't said anything.
Okay. That's fine. And then what was his injury?
Nothing.
But if he resisted, he resisted. You know what I'm saying? So we got him on that, right?
Yeah.
So that we're good. So yeah. So just find out.
Just before the recording ends, the officer mentions confusion with the other Sylvester Hayes.
The Lester ended up being like the third or something like that. But as soon as I saw the Lester Hayes, I was like, okay, let's get him out. Well, we
According to court documents, Hayes lost his job as a security guard and his home after the arrest. He now alleges his 4th and 14th Amendment rights were violated during his arrest. The lawsuit alleges he was racially profiled, leading to his arrest. The lawsuit points to 2 counts of excessive force and 1 count of unlawful arrest.
So even though they got the wrong guy, they're charging him because of how he responded to the whole incident that we just watched. And I try to tell you, if you're black and you're watching this, this is what not to do. Even if you're innocent, don't do that. Dude had a gun in his pipe. They could have taken his life for nothing. He didn't inform them he had a gun, and he's licensed to have one. He got it in his pocket. Didn't even mention it. You could really lose your life. He's lucky to be alive. So if anybody here is black, that's not what you do. They wrong, that's all that matters. No, it's not. You think just because somebody's wrong, if somebody else is wrong and you doing something wrong too, they can overshadow all of it. Have you just seen what just happened? He was innocent. He was the wrong guy. But the way he acted after the fact, resisting the arrest, screaming for help, fighting people off, don't want to go, making a melee, he's getting more charges just for that. Even though his arrest, they had the right to pull him over. He ran the light. He admitted that. He didn't stop at the sign, so they had a right to pull him over for that. Then while they try to figure out all of this, he resisted. So now you got all of this scuffling going on. He was too nervous. That's just natural nervousness. Yeah, people panic. You can't. That's why I say remain calm. Enhance your calm. That can save your life. You don't know how many times I sit there and I watch these law videos on YouTube and stuff, and I see people just don't know how to talk to police officers. They just don't. They think like, yeah, you can't do nothing to me. You punk cop. Like, that's not helping you. They have the legal right to beat you upside the head if you give them the reason. And some of them don't even need the reason. We saw what happened to the girl in the kitchen who turned the oven off, the stove off. These dudes are looking to shoot somebody. Don't give nobody no reasons for none of it. De-escalate as much as possible and get the hell up out of there. Your job is to get them out of your face as quick as possible. It's a free country. Who told you that? Free to do what? Yeah, okay. Right. You could be right. There's a way to be right and handle it. Now that man was right. All he had to do was remain calm. And those people were not there to harm him. Those people were not there to rough him up. Nothing. But what you're going to do is when they got to call the whole squad to come down, you're going to get the ones that want to rough you up. They all coming in there. They looking for you to resist. Don't give nobody any reason, no wiggle room, no out. Now they can't say anything like I resisted, nothing. I'll be like, I provided the information. I got my firearm on me. If I get pulled, I'll let them know, hey, I got a gun on me. Here's my card. Here's everything in my hands. When they pull me over, it's nighttime. I turn on my interior light so they can see in the car. So look, I'm not giving you any reason to want to open fire. You can say, well, it was dark in there, Chief. I couldn't really see. No, the interior light is on. Hands is up. Communication is clear. So the officer could have made a mistake. They ran this guy's name. They know they got the wrong guy. The guy is definitely proven not to be the guy. They couldn't charge him for the crime because it's not him. But now he's been charged for resisting arrest. His security job was gone. And because of that arrest, so the police department gonna say, well, we only arrested him because we got resisted and we got this. As you see, they basically got a charge out of it because of the way he acted after the fact. So let's say you didn't run a red light. They pull you over for a red light and you innocent. You get out and you push a cop and punch a cop. They shouldn't have pulled you over, right? You didn't run the red light. You defended yourself, right? But now you hit a cop. What you think is going to supersede all that? You hitting a cop. Even though you was right, they still gave you no right to hit the cop. So you see what I'm saying? He didn't do that. I'm just saying as an example. There's a way to handle things and a way not to. De-escalation. We want the police to de-escalate a situation when they come with too much testosterone for a situation that don't deserve it. Then we know we single that right out. But they use incidents like this as a reason. So I want y'all to learn by watching that. You de-escalate a situation. You don't make it worse. What's up, Mac Mism? So T.I., it happened to T.I., it happened to me. It happens to a lot of people, mistaken identity. It happened to me 20 times in 1 month with the same individual. Then it happened to me with this dude, the guy in California. Oh, they showed me the footage of the guy that what he did to those people in the bar in LA. Jesus Christ. They should have left that Virginia dude alone. Man, he broke some fingers. I was like, yeah, that's what them Davises do. That wasn't me, but damn, he kicked the whole bar there. Of course he ain't going to court. All the shit he done did. And that bar, man, he broke some fingers, he broke some arms. He was some ass in that California bar. They thought, I'm like, y'all thought I did all that? That dude like 325, 6'2". I'm like, dude, ain't no damn way. This big dude, man, was with there whooping some. Dude was blacker than Miles, boy. He's blacker than my ties. And I'm like, how y'all thought that was me? Y'all was just so thirsty for a bus. Of course, Chris. You know why there's a problem? Because we don't want to be cops. There's not a lot of black people filling out to become police officers. And then when they do, they're being restricted. They're being violated and told they can't make it in the police academy. It's too many of these guys that are in power that go out for the police. Black folks, we just don't want to be cops because most of our friends are criminals. So and it's like, man, if I get this job, do I got to arrest John? You know, it's like most of your friends is criminals. And if you become a cop, they're going to be, what made you do that? Can't hang out with you. You the police. And the thing is that you can't sit there and hope that these people have compassion for you. Okay? They don't. Have you noticed city by city, state by state, there's always a whole row of the most KKK type officers ever. It's like, do you believe in the KKK? Absolutely. All right, check. How do you feel about Mexicans and black living in your neighborhood? Oh my God, I can't imagine. All right, check. Your daughter brings home a black guy. Oh God, where's my gun? Check. So if this is the psychological evaluation that's going on in these tests, because they do a psych evaluation, most of these officers seem off their rocker. And most of them are employed because it's a good old boy system. And then they be like, oh, just come on down, forget all that test. We gonna get you in here. You just go to the range, you can shoot, go ahead. And then they go out there pulling a gun for anything. Freeze, 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 gun out for no reason. Try to de-escalate everything with a gun out, quick. They don't even reach for the taser. No, they want to shoot. And they can put the whole department in trouble. And everybody's going down. So one bad apple will ruin the bunch. That's the reason y'all gotta watch body cams. That's the reason body cam is taking these cops down. They mad about it. Oh, I just turned it on late. Oh yeah, late? You out of there, buddy. He was fired immediately because they already knew. A pot of hot water. Oh, then you up out of here. Here's the thing. Same people that are silent in our own communities get in a shootout with 7 innocent people are sent to the hospital. Here's the thing. Okay, they tell on those people. Those people got people that's going to come and probably try to take their life. Is the cops going to protect them? Is there a wit sack for them? No, they got to go right back to the hood where they going to get killed. So that's why they ain't saying nothing. Because they ain't got no protection. Who protecting them? So that's why the people don't say nothing. But if they do that, do you think the people in the suburbs out here, they do that? You think they do that in the rich areas? You think they go and tell? No, they don't. Unless they know they got protection. Do you know in those areas where all that crime is happening, you don't see a large police presence? Do you? It should be cops doing parallels over there. Woo! 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 Every hour in that area. Why? Because it's crime. High crime area. You want to keep crime down? And crime ain't going to be going on where the cops at. People will feel more safer to probably come forward and say something if they see a large police presence in their neighborhood. They would feel safe. So if they don't feel safe, they don't feel like you protecting them, they're going to stay out of it and keep their mouth shut and try to stay out of people's business. See, these are the situations that are on the table for us. And it's always people that's outside of that situation who've never lived in that situation commenting about it. And this is why I tell these Karens and all these other people who act like they care about what's going on in these communities and have never been in them a day in their life. Let me tell you something. Just because you done slept with a black man before doesn't mean you know what goes on in the hood. Okay? 2, if you're not going to be part of the solution, stop commenting on the problem. If you have no idea what you're talking about, don't take some news clips projection of what's happening in this situation and all. Oh my God, why won't they just stop? They're just killing each other. It's so senseless. Why are they doing it? Who's giving them drugs? Who's giving them these state-of-the-art guns? They don't have a FOIA card. Where are they getting them from? Who's selling them to them? They don't make them. How the hell are they getting access? Why ain't no news doing an investigation into how they're getting guns and drugs? They're not growing them here. Nobody's flying over to Colombia and nowhere else to get these drugs. They don't know any pharmaceuticals in the hood. So what's going on here? Somebody's supplying somebody with something. Why aren't you investigating that? So when these suburbanites want to speak on it, it's like, well, you better speak vastly on it and speak about what the real problem is. And then worry about why they're not fixing those problems. And then see if we have those situations again. Because it isn't always about drugs. It's about the conditions. If you put somebody in conditions where there's no recreation for kids, there's nothing for them to do, no jobs. They can't have a little summer job. There's no summer jobs. There's nothing there. Everything shuts down at 7 p.m. They locking the stores down. What are the kids to do when they go outside? Hang out, do mischievous things, and get in trouble. Because they don't have any recreations. They don't have any code trading and coding schools. They don't have learning centers. They don't have all of these things. All they can do is go to the mall, go to the movie theater. That's way out their hood. And then hopefully they don't run into somebody from another hood. They don't know them. So now we got to be like in conflict. That's how they keep you in a situation that's never going to flourish or get better. It's not based on color. It ain't Latino and black. Oh, it's minorities. That's why they're there. They have places in Minnesota, Indiana, everywhere where that same scenario that I just explained to you, no recreation, no nothing, anything around there, poverty stricken. The most people on welfare is in Minnesota, and they're white. The majority of the people are white that's on welfare in Minnesota. One of the largest numbers of welfare. They're living in homes and they're in those sections. And you know what they have? High crime, high drugs, guns, violence, because they have lack of recreations, lack of resources in that area. So it's not based on color. But they want you to believe that on the news. So until they start addressing the situations, it won't get better because they don't want it to be. That's what they call the red zone. And this area is where we're going to get a lot of convictions and crimes, and we'll be doing arrests and turn a black eye in that area. A lot of money ain't going to go in that neighborhood. Their investigation skills are not good. Just look at the situation you just showed, mistaken identity. That alleged over probably doesn't exist. No, the thing is that it just happened to T.I. I've explained it. T, you just got here a little late, but this happened to me 20 times in 1 month because of somebody else's name was somebody born the same day as me, same state, same last name, same initials, LJD. Our social security number is separated by one number. My driver's license separated by one number. Born on the same day, same year. The odds of all of those things hitting like that is incredible. And because of that, I know everything about him. And he probably knows everything about me. My social, driver's license number, everything. Because he probably went through the same ordeal I did. I had to take my middle initial out my name so it didn't happen anymore. That was the only way Secretary of State said we could do it, so that the cops don't harass you no more. Then I almost got shipped out to Virginia because it came up in their system on their sound decks. So my uncle is a Chicago lieutenant. He's a lieutenant for the Chicago Police Department. I told you I was going to get whacked. I was going to get whacked. I was in the county for what, 1 day and was about to get whacked. I had broke every rule in the county and didn't know it because I ain't been in jail. So it was like a hangout day for me. And I'm like, I'm in the county breaking all rules. When I was in there, man, I didn't know. I beat the dude in checkers. I didn't know they were like letting him win. And he was like, oh, here come a brave soul. Come on up and play. I'm like, all right, I can play a little bit. Let me see. You beat everybody in here, huh? All right. He came in there. I was like, oh, you left that open? Tip, 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 tip. Oh, king me. Oh, man, I am surprised you didn't see that one. He was like, man, I smoked him. Like, hey, you want to play another game? And he was, nah, I'm good. They was saying, I see the people behind him like, he just beat, whoa, what's his name? Like, dude, do you know what you just did? I'm like, yeah, he really wasn't that good. I done played people way better than him. I'm just, then the movie Casino came on. They have like movie night in there. Every night they'll show like a movie or you get to watch the Bears game. And so the movie lights out at 9 p.m. So the movie started playing and the movie was Casino. It was like Casino. Everybody was, oh man. I'm like, why would they show inmates this movie? But I'm all for it. I'm like, oh yeah, this is good. They was like, you seen it? I'm like, of course. Is that the movies? Like, yeah, I went and saw it. I didn't know they'd been locked up all this time. I don't know, man. I'm about to get. They were like, prepare to shank. Everybody was shanking up for me. It was like, this guy here. Oh, man. The Bears played the Chiefs. We watched the Bears game. It was crazy. The Bears played the Chiefs. I'll never forget it. And this guy bet on the Bears. Come on, Bears, man, we got it. Dude was bet, I bet your Jello they lose this game. And he was, no, man, we got it, man. It's the Bears, man. I'm like, dude, don't do it. He got two juices. They betting juices, everything. Dude was like, I'm finna come up. I'm gonna get that Jello. I'm gonna get that orange. And they was making bets. It was crazy in there. And right when it was time to go in there, they was finna do the shanking, because I was on the phone I don't even know I was supposed to, everybody get a call. One of the phones wasn't working. They was trying to get this one guy was in there for tax evasion or whatever. He was a crooked lawyer or whatever, a crooked accountant. And they got him working on the phones. He was getting shocked. It was 2 phones in the cell. But the one of them, like, somebody got mad, I guess, and ripped it. So the wires is off, and he was like, I can get it. You get that phone working. The white guy was, I got it. I'm on it. He was working on that phone. So everybody had to use one phone. Everybody in that section. So I'm using the phone. I'm supposed to be out of here. What's going on? Where's the money? Put them on 3-way. I'll hold. I'm gonna hold this till you know I get back on the phone. I didn't know I wasn't supposed to get back on the phone. Like, I gotta, like, dude, it was like, this dude went back and just got on the phone. He didn't check to see if anybody needed to do anything. This dude just doing what he want to do. Some cops don't know how to stop being racist toward black people, right? Because they racist. Racist people don't know how to shut that off. It ain't a switch. The only way they do that, the reason why most people are racist is because 80% it comes from the household and how you were raised. It comes from that. And then it comes from the environment that you've never really been around them. What interaction did you have with them? They're not in your everyday walk of life. There's white people out here every day. They just see white people. They just run back and forth with white people. They go to white events. If they see a black guy, he married to 45 white people. How many of these white people ever been in a place where it's all black folks? They'd be uncomfortable as a mug, wouldn't they? They'd be, for no reason, they'd be at a barbecue. Hey, how y'all doing, man, over there? They'd be, we're good. And I'll be like, yeah, you see that uncomfortable you feel? Yeah, that's how black people feel. When we in these areas. And we don't see people that look like us. And it's just all of y'all. Y'all comfortable. Hey, y'all all white. How you think we feel? But they don't understand that. We're no threat. I'll be like, we ain't no threat. Unless you provoke us, then we will be a threat. But we come with love. Hey, how you doing? Hey, what's going on, man? We're the most approachable people really in the world. Y'all ain't approachable. Because y'all got fear. Fear drives all of your mentality. Fear. Y'all live in fear. White folks will see you. They've been around black folks a lot. They had black friends in school, everything, right? Get outside in an area they don't know, and they see some black people, they will run in the stove, throw the garbage can in front of the door, like they're walking down the street. They might try to harm me. It's like, what gave you that impression? Because they were walking in the direction that you was walking in. You see? That's predetermined conceptions because of the programming that they see on television and the news. You see all this murder, death, blah, 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 blah. It makes you feel like that when you're in areas that you don't feel safe. When you're out your bubble and got to get into the real world. T.I. was caught in a mistaken identification. There's another Clifford Harris in Baltimore, Maryland they were looking for. But he got picked up at the at the airport. They thinking it was T.I. So they had a warrant for that guy. So they just took him in. Now the warrant is in Baltimore. And what happened to me when they was going to ship me to Virginia is the same thing that happened with Tip. See, the thing is when you get those type of warrants, those are called, you got to get an extradition. An extradition. It's called an extradition here. Because when you get extradited out of the company, out of the state or whatever, you got to go to wherever the warrant is. So when you get a warrant from another state, you have problems that's going to rear its ugly head, and it's going to trigger an automatic extraditing to the state it is, because you got to have an extradition hearing. So that's what was going to happen with me. But the problem of the situation is T.I. got a good lawyer. So Steve Sadal is his lawyer. And he called him up, and in 2 hours, T.I. was released. So that's just how it is. I don't have a Steve Sadal. My lawyer was asleep. Mine happened at 3 a.m. So my lawyer ain't getting up for me. I better call him at 8 a.m. Shoot, I need some new lawyers now, because my main lawyer did, and he retired. The lawyer I'm talking about now, that half of that case, he just retired. My other lawyer died. So I'm in a search for some good lawyers. One of my homeboys who used to gangbang, he now a lawyer. Like, he a criminal lawyer. So don't ask me how you pull that off. Did crimes, got away with it. Told him that some Mo did it. Hey, he's a lawyer now, so no props to him, man. So if anybody got any problems, like any hood dude got some problems, hey, I'm gonna hit it. I can hit him up. Like, yo, I need this, but I don't be having criminal problems. I don't need criminal lawyers. But if I ever did, I'm going to get dude, because dude know us. You do, like, I got you. You know what I mean? So anyway, shouts out to Kwame Brown Bus Life. Welcome to HDII TV. Jag Sports with Jose Rodriguez. Welcome. What's the dirt? He came by here and showed love and support yesterday. Support his channel. The Star Report. Star doing what he do. Armando Black. Exposing these dudes. That's what I'm talking about. He said, what? Same birthday and social SSEM mistakenly? No, we don't have the same. If you're talking about me, Golden State, no. We have the same birthday. We're born on the same day, but our social security number is separated by one number. I'm born like probably 2 hours before him. It's one number difference. Our driver's license numbers is one number difference because we have the same initials in our name, LJD. Our last name is Davis. We're born in 2 different counties. He was born in like St. Louis or St. Clair County. I was born in Cook County. That's it. Our last name is Davis. Our initials is LJD. My initials, LJD. So, yeah, that's going to be hard for anyone. We both in Illinois. Come on. That's crazy. He said, when they going to arrest him, his name is Clifford too. Don't tell him that Mel get arrested. He going to be going down. And you know if they grab Tip, you know what Tip gonna say. Man, they expeditiously better let me go. Man, I ain't did nobody, man. I'm trying to get home, man. I just got off the plane, man. Somebody get my wife on the phone. Tell them I'm going down there. And I'm gonna call my lawyer. My lawyer will expeditiously come down here because you guys tried to you trying to jogatize my mind. I know what I did do. I don't have no warrant. Warrant for what? Tell me right now. What I got a warrant for? Man, get my wife on the phone. Where she at? They gonna be, hey, hello, where you at? You say you coming home. You better not be at no girl house, man. Shut up and listen. They got me at the police station. They talking about they got a warrant for me. I'm about to get shipped to Baltimore somewhere. What? Get Steve on the phone and tell him to come down here. Oh my God, I can't believe what you done did, Tip. I told you not to go out there and doing all that stuff and all that stuff. I knew. Because last week I only saw you 2 days out of the week. I knew it. You was up to no good. Now, will you just shut your narrow mind up and listen? This is what I mean. You are insubordinate. I don't need no insubordination right now. Call the lawyer, talk to Steve, tell him to get down here and get me out of here. This gonna mess up my brand deal. Everything I did has been expeditiously perfectly legal. Now you tell them to get into their computer and talk to his supervisor. I do not want to engage in jargon. I tell him my rights are being violated. It's either us or else. Hands up, can't breathe. Can't you see we're living in a war zone? I'ma represent. I'ma make them say, hands up, can't breathe. Hands up, can't breathe. Everybody waiting on me to do the voice. So I waited to the very end to do it. So if everybody missed it, then y'all checked out. Sorry on y'all missed it. Everybody who stayed,